Welcome back to Sprague Homestead. Well, this week has been a real mother trucker, let's call it that. Some of the problems of an aging homestead, now granted it's only 6 and 7 years in, starting to finally show some of the weaknesses we've had all along or have developed. Before we show you all of the problems we've had, some of the things we're working on today is that we're trying to get feed put in. So you see this area here that is now cleaned out. This has been hay and storage for feed. So we went and bought feed yesterday. Took 3 weeks for our feed guys to finally get feed in. So Nikki bought an extra pallet. So what we're doing right now with the tractor is splitting it off. The tractor can't take more than about 1,000 pounds, which is going to be 20 bags, 50-pound bags. 20 of those is 1,000 pounds. So you can see Nikki's offloading 20 bags in there that will be taken off. We brought in here to the barn and we'll stack them. So each of those 2 pallets will be broken into halves. So you'll get 20 bags and then a pallet of 20 bags. Front section will be a pallet of 20 bags and then 20 bags. And then you can see obviously hay's over there and the cats and everybody's staying out of the way, thankfully. That means the goats love it because it's a clean out day. Rather than give them flakes of hay, you just kind of clean all the hay, take it out in a wheelbarrow and dump it. They love it. They love rooting around in it, and they're enjoying kind of the spoils of what's left over. All right, let's see if we can get these last 20 bags in. So the last one, you can see it's kind of off to the side there. Dang tractor on this hillside is slick. So we ordered this feed 3 weeks ago to prevent having to do this all in the snow. And here we are. 3 weeks later, we're all in the snow. So we'll see if this tractor can actually get up. In 4-wheel drive, it's still slipping, trying to offset the weight. The rear on this tractor gets light because it's basically holding 1,000 pounds up there. You'll watch the rear tires. There you go. They stop rolling and then they slide. She did it. She got it all in. There you go, 2 pallets. That's 80 bags of rabbit feed. It's 4,000 pounds of rabbit feed right there that'll last us about 3 months. Whew. Good golly, Miss Molly. Now we put the trailer back. Too hard to turn around out there in the snow, so we back down the driveway. Goodness. The realities of living in the winter. Anybody seen a collie in the snow?
And I know it's really hard to see these little guys because of the backlighting. But there are 5 4-week-old kits in here. And Monday I came out and Mom was dead. Mom was a 4.5-year-old doe, so she was on the older side, but should not have lost her. So I'm not real sure what was going on, but we've been keeping these guys in hay, and it looks like I gotta go get a little bit more. But they're eating and drinking fine. Yes, I see you. So we're just kind of try and keep these guys going. So far, they're doing fine. We've made it, today makes day 5. and they're still doing fine. I don't see any signs of diarrhea. Nobody's lethargic, as you can see by all the jumping around. So kind of a bummer deal. It happens. This is only the second or third time I've ever had it happen to me. So kind of is what it is.
So if it's not enough that we took 3 weeks, or our feed company took 3 weeks to get our feed in, we just got it put away. Of course, Nikki says she lost one of her rabbits, an older doe in that. We've had one of our older goats, she's 10, the other night came out at feeding time, and she was laying down behind the door and really couldn't get up. I didn't realize it because she's had such a fluffy coat all year. I didn't realize that she was kind of underweight. So Nikki came out, gave her a little quick physical, and was like, she's just underweight, let's get her going. So the last 3 nights we've been giving her some extra grain and protein in that.
Yeah, I'm not a big grain fan. I think for ruminants it's not the best course, but in Mellie's case, we're trying to, it's kind of a quick fix. We're trying to get weight on her as quickly as possible since it's so cold. So she's getting a little grain twice a day. Not a lot, only like 4 or 5 handfuls, but it is stimulating her appetite quite a bit, and she is turning around.
I think she's doing pretty good. So if you can imagine, between the animal feed and the animals, that's got to be enough, right? Not even close. So 3 nights ago, or 3 mornings ago, we were there, and what was I running? Coffee pot?
Yeah, it was 1 degree.
It was 1 degree overnight, so, oh yeah, this is the day before my birthday. So it gets 1 degree overnight. Our kitchen sink freezes anything less than 1 degree, or 6 degrees. So the kitchen sink freezes, dishes are piling up, I can't do any laundry, can't do any dishes, anything else. So we go 24 hours, we're thinking it'll be okay. We're gonna go get everything going. Well, the next morning, Nikki's like, let me just go get quick the space heater. We'll get it unthawed. So she plugs in the heater.
Because I had made special bread to make him French toast for his birthday, and the sink was still frozen, and there's so many dishes I can't even cook. So I stuck the space heater under, it's working fine, and all of a sudden at 10 minutes it kicks off.
And we thought, oh, it must got up to temperature. And then we noticed the fridge doesn't work, or the microwave doesn't work. Nothing works. So we're like, uh-oh.
It kicked off the entire house.
So we're like, uh-oh. So we go out, check the solar, red lights across the board. We're like, oh, this is a major failure. So we start looking into it. It's got a low battery fault. Never in 5.5 years of having this solar system has it ever done this. So we're like, this is kind of weird. Okay, so we get everything reset. It turns right back on. Everything goes on fine.
Next morning,
I go to plug in my coffee, turn on the coffee pot. It runs about 8-10 seconds. Everything shuts back off. We're like, wait a second here. Something's going on. Go out there again. Red lights across the board. Solar system completely shut off. Low battery fault. So that night, we got some daylight during the day. The solar charges up enough, but it's not enough to get us overnight because we've already run it like 2 days of being short. I get the generator going, get it running. After like an hour, it completely overheats. No idea why. Now I'm like, great. Now my generator's having problems. So it looks like the electrical fan on it, or the electric fan on it, is not pushing enough air anymore. So I don't know in 7 years if it has died or if it has was damaged from when the mouse shorted out the alternator on it when the mouse crawled inside.
Now, as far as the solar system is concerned, we did find 2 batteries that are not quite working up to snuff. But beyond that, no idea, because it hasn't done it since.
Right, so other than going through and figuring out which batteries are not charging fully as the other ones are, it's been fine ever since. So now it's like, now that I've got my eye on you, it's going to behave. So the solution to that is, rather than going and buying brand new 2 batteries to replace them or buying the whole thing, Nikki's dad has some of his old batteries that are the same age that will, once fully charged, we'll charge them separately, and then we will shut our system down, swap in the new batteries, and then turn them back on and see what happens. It should go back to the way it was 4 days ago before we started having problems. So we're gonna go get his 3 best ones. I've got 3 that I think are suspect. 1 definitely, 2 is kind of like, eh. 3 is kind of like waving in the corner going, I'm next. So we'll go get his 3 best batteries, bring them over here, charge them up. We will swap them over and probably pull those suspect ones out and just set them to the side. One is definitely on its way out. It's only has 2 or 3 cells that are good that will charge, so it's pretty much done for. We'll just set it aside and recycle it on the next go round. So if it's windy out here, as you can imagine, it's winter, right? It finally showed up at the end of January.
And it has been so windy. This is actually a better day than it's been all week. We were getting 25-mile-an-hour gusts, sustained winds of 18, which isn't a lot, but it was blowing snow in horizontally. As Kaden mentioned, we got all the way down to 1. Another morning we were at 9. So it's been pretty chilly, pretty windy, and it's supposed to be 40 on Monday. So yeah, it's going to be a little squishy.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it, other than it's been a week of chaos. It's kind of like everything is just plodded along and was like going good, and then everybody decided to get together and just go haywire in a week.
While Kanan's trying to start a new job or a temporary job assignment.
Yeah, new job, but it's limited. It's not full-time forever.
But you're trying to set up a laptop and all this on top of the power going out and all these other things. So
Yes.
Been an interesting week. It's probably going to be an interesting week next week as all this stuff melts and we trying to deduce what is going on with our solar system. But I do want to give a quick shout out to the 8 people who have joined us for our memberships on the channel. Your support means so much to us, and I did put up a little short just for you guys the other day on the community page, and we're gonna get there. It's gonna be fun. But thank you for the support. If anybody else is interested in joining us to be a channel supporter, you can go to the main page, click the little join button, and it's $1.99 a month US. If you're somewhere else, it's a different fee. But
Right.
and we'll have some member exclusive stuff coming up. So, and on top of all that, I have to go get my chores done already because I have a Harlequin Club meeting that I'm going to town for because I don't trust our internet. I have to live stream a Zoom call for about an hour and a half. So,
Yeah.
and I'm host as president. So.
Yep. Our internet's been sketchy this last week or so too, so it makes it all just kind of pile up. So it's been kind of a real week to say. So with that, guys, I'll let you go. Thanks for watching. Thanks to our new members, and
Thanks for subscribing.
that's it. We'll see you next time.
Happy homesteading. I gotta go get warm.